No. John Armstrong, Stoke Potter skipper, 45 all draw, and unfortunately a blown engine for you as well.
Yeah, you know, and that's, I've got to be honest, that is the final straw. I've got to be honest about it. I can't, I just haven't got the money now to throw any more money at it. I'm 12 grand out of pocket now this year, and I just can't do it no more, you know what I mean? I'd spent all that money, you know, I didn't really want to spend all that money, but we spent all that money. You know, we've always been reliable and had safe motors, and we thought, you know, the only thing that lets them down is if you're building them with old bits and stuff like that. Everything inside them engines is brand spanking new. You know, I could have probably bought, for an extra £1,000, I could have probably bought 2 brand new engines. But you do that and then you take them apart and you change things, so it probably would have cost me more. So I you know, I spent the money on what we had, you know, and it's sickening. You know, the first engine that blew up, I'm still waiting for answers from Vega Racing and what have you, because that part, it's a part inside the engine that failed, the main part, the conrod. It's come right through the crankcases. It's, you know, it's done the barrel, obviously the conrods and piston and everything, you know, and all these bits are like £300 a piece. You know, the barrel's £350. The brand new barrels, 13 minutes. Conrods and that, they're all, you know, into £300 a piece for all the bits. And you know, I'm waiting for answers back because that part lasted 13 minutes. I'd done 13 races on that engine. I actually spoke to him today, and he's sending it off now for a metallurgy report. Apparently he's took it to Peter Johns. Peter Johns has looked at it and he said, well, I don't really know why that's happened. You know, I'm not somebody that can do a metallurgy report, but I've looked at it. You know, I'm mechanically minded. I've been in the engineering game and stuff like that, and for me there is it's a fault in the casting, you know. And everybody who I know that's looked at it has said pretty much, look, that's a faulty casting, that it's all black, it's not a clean break. You can see a little bit of it that's clean. So, you know, and I'm just not in a position to spend money at the minute. I mean, I've got an engine there in my spare bike, believe it or not, that's Ryan McDonald's engine. The week he got sacked, he's still, you know, very much, although he's not part of the team, he's like, no, you know, I let him stay at my house and stuff, and he's been good enough to, like, just use it until the end of the year, but I can't afford to use it, because if something happens to that one on me, I'm in trouble, because I'll owe a load of money there, and I'll still have nothing. And at the minute, all I've got at the moment is well, when I take this engine apart, look, I bought another engine that's blown up, 4 parts. Well, unfortunately, the parts that are there that are still salvageable on the engine that's blown up, I've got them. That's not what's failed. So I am just in a bit of a mess at the minute. And to be honest, I've got to be honest with you, at this moment in time, I'm not in a position to, you know, that engine that's gone there tonight, I reckon that'd be £1,000 to put that right. I might be lucky, but then I feel I'm running a risk if I take it all apart and think, oh no, I think I might get away with this. You know, will I get away with it? It might look alright, but if it's stressed it somewhere, weakened it, the minute I start wringing the neck out of it, it lets go, and again I'm back to square one. So, you know, the safest option is to replace the parts that I think will be damaged. You know, I might say I might be lucky when I open it up, but I honestly can't see it. But you know what? If this is me finished, at least it was leading when it went. I made a ripper of a start there. That must have been the start of the season for me. That one, at least it was in front on a high.